you very much. There's
one fall, and to my right, from Georgia, Trent and his partner from Florida, Gator, Gilmore. And from Simone, the Simone SWAT team, Samu and Batu, and their manager, Paul E. Dangerously.
Before the bell, they're off and running. The Samoans, a rugged team. Batu and Samu put them down, each one with a clothesline. And referee Teddy Long having a difficult time getting it down to the one-on-one inside the ring. Continuing their action out, and Paul E. Dangerously is doing nothing to try to straighten matters out of the ring. That's one way to get it down one-on-one. You throw one down on the floor, and it leaves only one in the ring.
Lance, it would appear to me that neither one of these gentlemen have much regard for the rules of this great sport.
Yep, the Samoans don't have the reputation of being rule makers, more like the rule breakers.
My kind of wrestlers, my kind of wrestlers. Dangerously's got himself a team here. For what I understand, they're after that Midnight Express.
They have been mentioned prominently. Hey, we want to remind you that a little bit later on, we're going to be telling you how you can get an Old Spice gym bag. You be sure and stay tuned. Off that top turnbuckle and down, pounding away very hard. I think it's a tribute to how imposing their reputation is, Rick, that they would already be mentioned in terms of possible championships and that sort of thing in battle.
Well, I'll tell you what, Paul Dangerously is a high-dollar operator, and he said he was going to bring a team into the National Wrestling Alliance that was going to pose a threat to the world champions, and he's done it. And I think that the Midnight Express are a hot item now, and they're on Paul Dangerously's mind, and he's going to take care of that matter before he goes anywhere.
Yeah, I don't know how much the Midnight Express is on his mind. I know how much Jim Cornette is on his mind. They just continue to pound. Big son of a guns, the Samoans. They've got a lot of weight, and look at the agility. Up with that big drop kick, a standing one, and boy, he popped him hard. Without strain, tipped him over and bounced him down, and dangerously walks the trail to keep an eye on the devastation that's happening inside the ring.
I'm sure there's someone in this building, Jim Cornette, a name you mentioned earlier, has got a monitor in front of him, and he's checking this out very closely.
Yeah, Cornette has not known to be dumb, and he knows that guys who present the opposition that these fellas could, he wants to check them out. Out of the ring he goes. And now a little help will get him back in, but not without damage. Look at that, a big suplex down on the floor, and dangerously is giving a lecture out there. Back in the ring, and time to meet the legal punishment. Samoans double team. Drop the elbow. Out of the corner. Snapmare right over the shoulder and down on the deck. Left hand pushing down, a right hand. Shen locks him and pulls up.
Look at that. Open your front door and see that face. These guys came into NWA with a big reputation. I understand they were very successful on the West Coast. Built a big reputation throughout all the islands of the Caribbean. Dangerously put a lot of money into this deal and knew what he was bringing in before they got here.
Yeah, Dangerously said that it wasn't a question of whether he was going to be skimpy on the dollars. He knew what he wanted, and it looks like he may have it, Rick. Drop down with that head. 1, 2, 3. He got him.
Is one fall from New Zealand. To my right is Rick Morgan. And his partner is from Pittsburgh, Trent Nice.
Referee Brian Richards. Telling him one-on-one is the Midnight Express. That's the reception from the crowd. Pretty outstanding. Ric Flair sitting right here with us, and he's had similar and bigger receptions when he comes into a coliseum or an auditorium.
Well, Lance, it hard for me to believe that anybody in this great state of South Carolina could cheer Jim Cornette. A year ago, they wanted to kill him. Now he walks down the aisle and they cheer him. The wrestling fans are fickle.
Maybe it's by comparison why they are cheering him in there, particularly when Paul E. Dangerously seems to be the object of Jim Cornette's attention right now, Rick.
Well, as you know, they won that big six-man tag match, the Chi-Town Rumble, which broke up Dangerously's team. But as we said earlier, the Samoans look like they're ready for anybody. If I was to do that Express, I wouldn't take my eyes off them.
Bobby Eaton going against Rip Morgan, and right now, beautiful. Reverse neck, and he popped him down quick, right off the ropes.
Lance, these guys are about as technically sound a team as there is in our sport.
Trent Knight goes down underneath, comes up, in the air. Look at Knight slip him, rushing to the ropes, but Stan holds it on. Standing side headlock out of it, but not for long. Caught him with a clothesline coming off the rope. Took him down. He faced adversity twice and was able to do it. Double whip, and into the rope goes Knight. Double elbow, and down he goes. And now the attention goes over to... Hey!
Here they come.
Look at this. The Samoan dangerously out. Pounding away.
Enough to take his eyes off him.
Going after Stan Lane and Bobby Eaton. The Samoan breaking it up. The referee saying, ring the bell. Mayhem breaks out in the ring. As does Bobby Eaton. They're all in there. Dangerously on the corner. Cornette finally comes up. Grabs a hold, but dangerously kicks Cornette back down. On the floor, Paul E. stomping away on Jim Cornette. I still think he remembers the Chi-Town Rumble.
I love it. I don't think Cornette's had the last laugh, has he?
Well, not at the moment. But like they say about it not being over. Fatu and Sabu out with Dangerously right in the middle of the Midnight Express's match. Still pounding in the ring with Stan and Bobby against the Samoans. And Dangerously, Bobby got one out. And now it's time to get out. Paul E. is saying, let's get him out of here. Let's take a look and see what happened.
Well, look at this right hand coming in. And Frank Bruno thought he got hit hard by Tyson.
There's more of it still happening. Take a look.
Lance, you're not going to be happy to tear half his building down.
This one, that punch he threw came from Mama's house, Rick. No question about that. He teed off with it.
Like I said, man, thought Tyson hit that Frank Bruno hard the other night. Look at this haymaker. Boom.
Cornette totally pounded down on the floor. What a punch from Dangerously. Right now, we're going to throw it to Joe Pedicino Knows.
Thank you very much, Lance Russell. And since this is my first time here on Worldwide Wrestling, I'm going to pronounce it for everybody. It's Joe Pedicino Knows. And I'll be here every week with NWA updates, personal looks at the NWA wrestlers, contests for you, the fans. We're going to be asking you to write and participate in the NWA, and I'll be your contact in the NWA. As a matter of fact, one of the first ladies of wrestling right now, one of my favorites, has a word about an upcoming contest right here on Worldwide Wrestling.
Starting starting in just a few weeks, we're going to be having some contests to bring you fans to Nashville, Tennessee for the next big pay-per-view. So you stay tuned to Joe Pedico Knows to find out how some lucky fan out there will get to go to Nashville, Tennessee.
Who knows, somebody from right here in your hometown could be one of the winners in that big contest, and we'll be taking a whole group of people to Nashville, Tennessee for the big Music City Showdown. We'll be telling you more about that in coming weeks.
In one fall, to my right, from North Carolina, Max MacGyver. And his opponent from Venice, California, the Sting.
That's heady stuff. Did they go crazy over Sting when he made his appearance in here to go against in this one-fall match? Max MacGyver.
Lance, this guy's got a real personality problem, a real conflict. He can't stand being number 2 or 3 or 4 or whatever he is. For all that great physical skill, he still doesn't hold it over the nature boy.
Well, he certainly hadn't proved it as yet, but by golly, I'll tell you one thing. The fans are looking awfully kindly on Mr. Sting. Sting, great charisma, what an athlete. And you got to admit, Rick, this guy, the way he can leap in that ring for a big man is pretty amazing.
First to tell you, he is probably one of the most gifted athletes in any sport in the world today. But we're not talking about gifted athletes, we're talking about champions. And until he can walk out here and tell you he beat Ric Flair, he's number 2, 3, or 4, Lance. That's just life.
Well, there's no question about it. The man sitting right here with me, 5-time NWA champion. Nobody's even trying to take that away from him. But Sting, certainly sitting on the threshold of greatness. He drops down on MacGyver. Referee Teddy Long handling the match. A look at the crowd, and they're on their feet.
He's got MacGyver in rough shape, doesn't he? He's got him second-guessing himself, but looking around the ring, waiting for the next one coming in.
Look in the midsection, takes him over, and he gets that front face lock on him.
This is a flaw in Sting's wrestling character. He doesn't know how to go for the kill. He had MacGyver in a position where he should have been able to score that pinfall. When he got enthralled with these fans that love him, and he's let him get up.
Well, it's possible he might have felt like being in there that, whoa, this may be it. Maybe the time wasn't right, and maybe now it is. Steps over and rolls it. It looks like it's going to be a submission.
And the winner is Sting. Tonight from Dallas, Texas, Steve Casey. And his opponent from North Carolina, George Trent. And their opponent from Syracuse, Mike Rotunda. And from Georgia, Danny Spivey.
The action just doesn't stop. Super talent coming into the ring right now. The Varsity Club to the music. And starting out will be the TV champion, Mike Rotunda.
And you know Mike's got to be pumped up, fresh from that victory in Chicago. I've never seen Rotunda look better. One of the greatest athletes. We talked earlier about Luger, about Sting's great physical skills. This guy right here was a great football player, a great wrestler, a great baseball player, just all around one of the best athletes I've ever seen in my life.
I think that the only thing that some of the folks might disagree on is that he does not necessarily have a great attitude, and I'm sure that depends on where you're sitting.
Well, that's exactly right, Lance. In my estimation, he's got one of the greatest attitudes in wrestling today, and he's a winner. Look at the size of Spivey standing over in the rope. The guy's got to be 6'5" and 320 pounds.
Boy, what an athlete this one is.
They tell me he led the way for Herschel Walker for 3 straight years.
Dan Spivey, the newest of the varsity club, steps in. Whoa! Look at that. Flying cross body. He just caught him in midair. Dumped him down on the mat.
Boy, that's a powerful man right there. He got Steve Casey in midair, 230 pounds. Gave him that inverted backbreaker.
Tags it over to George South, who tries his luck in there with Rotunda.
That was probably well advised at this point, Lance.
Yeah.
Case, I don't think really wants to get back in there.
Casey trying to make a point with the referee in there, and now he's hollering about the fact that South is outside on the floor, and Spivey is murdering him. Back into the ring now.
Not only are the varsity club great individual wrestlers, these guys work well as a team. Sullivan has taken 3 great athletes and honed them into great individual wrestlers as well as great team wrestlers, and that says a lot for the genius of Kevin Sullivan, Lance.
Well, nobody can deny the success, and I don't think anybody's trying to, and I don't want to press a point, but I think probably the attitude is one of the things that most of the people are critical of. Why, with great athletes like this, do they have to have the attitude of always trying to hurt somebody? And I believe that that is simply a feeling that a lot of the wrestling fans have, Rick.
Well, it's a physical sport. If you're not in this sport to win at any cost, you don't belong in it, Lance, and that's the bottom line. Look at the future that Steiner had with these guys. Steiner made the mistake of leaving, and look who the champion is. One member of the varsity club, Mike Rotunda. Without Sullivan's tutelage, Steiner's gone nowhere in this sport.
Ric Flair's comments and editorial opinion, I might add. Rotunda pounds him down. George South. Tag to Spivey. And when you're getting slaughtered, who needs that? Boy, look at the size of that Spivey. Takes a shot, doesn't even phase him. And right at the shoulder, he pounds South right down to his knees. Just that strong.
You know, these fans keep hollering for Steiner. He's just goofy enough to walk down the aisle and get in the ring and try these guys. I'd like to see that.
Well, maybe Eddie Gilbert will let reason prevail and not try to get in between a double buzzsaw. Steve Casey telling the referee again, can you watch him double teaming out there?
If Casey was